Welcome back to The Express at iDance in Langley. For me as a kid, it was Flashdance, Fame, the solid gold dancers. That's what inspired me. But for our next guest, he's been a Batman fan for as long as he can remember. But instead of spending money collecting the action figure, he spends his time passing on what the superhero represents.
Being a security guard, I always felt like, okay, I'm protecting something, I'm going to take care of something, I'm going to make sure nobody gets hurt. My dad was a prison guard, so he taught us kids good morals as we grew up.
Les Collins has been a fan of Batman since 1967. Ever since his parents dressed him up as Robin, he knew he didn't want to be a sidekick, but rather a superhero instead.
Batman. He's always had a lot of toys, but no superpowers. Spider-Man doesn't need a car, Superman doesn't need a car, Wonder Woman, all the superheroes, they don't need a car. Batman, he's a regular person, he needs a car, he needs a boat, he needs a plane. So, unfortunately, I can't afford a boat or a plane, so a car was the next best thing for me.
Les's 2006 Pontiac Solstice is wrapped in Batman decals that not only stop chips and dings, but also turns heads.
Before I even met Les, when I was at the dentist, I had the dental assistant ask me, did you guys do that Batman card? At the time, I hadn't known about it, and I didn't know who that would have been. And lo and behold, 2 months later, we actually employ him.
Yeah, that's a good print.
Although Les now works as a printer, he used to work as a security guard, and he also used to volunteer with the Boys and Girls Club. But now, between work and his own 2 girls at home, it's hard to find the time. Still, Les would like to volunteer to a worthy cause because, like Batman's Bruce Wayne, he just wants to make the world a better place.
I think that he stands for a lot of good in the world. He makes sure that there's no evil and there's no villains doing bad things. So I try and resonate the same kind of thing. I think I'm probably through. Almost. If I see somebody in need of something, whether they're hurt or whatever, I'll be more than happy to help them. I have first aid and all those kind of things to be able to help people.
Although Les is a lifelong fan, he only has a few key Batman collectibles. He's always been more captivated by what Batman represents.
I enjoy seeing Batman and his secret identity kind of thing, and living 2 lives, but always, even when he was Bruce Wayne, he was still a good guy. He still did good things for people.
And Les also plans to continue to do and spread good in the world, starting with his own family, who he has also turned into fans of the Caped Crusader.
I don't think I'll ever not like him. I think he's really cool. I think he's a good guy, and as long as he's there and as long as I'm on the face of the earth, I'll always try and represent what I think is good in the world.
In Chilliwack, I'm Tiffany Gurden for Shaw TV.
Word is our Batman Les doesn't have a Robin, although his wife has expressed interest in being Catwoman and having her card done up too. I get a meow for that one. Doesn't that just take the cake? Hey, maybe not, but this next feature sure might. We're joining the Wedding Bells at Sweet Retreat.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. Historically, the wedding cake was a loaf of bread that the groom broke over his bride's head. Today, the couple feed each other cake as a symbol of their commitment. Now, we all know how much Sarah loves her cake, so we headed to meet Jenny, the owner-operator of Sweet Retreats. What are the trends in cakes right now for weddings? What are you finding?
Definitely rental cakes and cupcakes. This year, a lot of purples. Purple is a huge color. Also whimsical cakes. Whimsical is the key to my wedding.
One big trend in weddings is serving cupcakes. How many cupcakes do you have to make for a wedding?
You can serve only maybe 100 guests if you desire.
Only the front 20 rows will be getting cake tonight.
Who wants to take the honors?
Jenny put us straight to work.
Look at it, it's almost like my ring color.
That is a beautiful color.
Once the icing was ready, it was contest time. We have 10 seconds to see how many cupcakes we can ice. On your marks, get set, go.
Oh no, even pressure.
Okay, 2 1/3. Dun, da, da, da.
I know why people smush cakes in people's faces.
Then it was time to talk cake.
when you cut the cake, it's like, and you feed it to each other, it's like a symbol of fertility, right?
I think it should be trust. Is he gonna smush it?
Clearly, the wedding cake is an important tradition.
I don't know if this is Italian tradition, but you freeze the cake for a year and you eat it on your first anniversary.
Yes. And you also save a slice for when your first child's born.
My grandmother kept a slice of my parents' wedding cake from 1968, and on the 25th anniversary,
They ate it?
we took it out of the freezer and defrosted it. So obviously that cake did something right.
Rental cakes are the practical way to showcase a multi-tiered cake.
The cake cutting would be a little different with this here rental cake.
You know what? You're still cutting it and no one knows. 'Cause
Really?
It's still real icing.
I thought I was being funny there. You cut through the styrofoam.
No, you're gonna cut the top cake.
This.
Oh, okay, got it.
Aubrey gets it.
While Jenny did all the hard work, Sarah and I sampled the product.
You got some chocolate in your teeth, Audrey.
That's what you saw.
That's why you have your bridesmaids, so you can go like this. Do I have cake in my teeth?
Sarah and I are never here. When you order Sweet Retreat cakes, you don't end up with our, fingers in your icing.
And there's the top cake that you will eat that is real.
And after a few finishing touches, voila, our 3-tiered cake.
And I think when we came in here, Sarah was thinking she wanted sort of a more colorful cake, but then she saw
I
this.
really like this. I love this.
And it was finally time to enjoy all the hard work.
I can hardly wait to get sugar in my mouth.
Do I have it in my teeth? I just thought that these cakes tasted like something your grandmother made in her kitchen.
For Shaw TV, we're the wedding bells.
It's said that if a single girl sleeps with a piece of wedding cake under her pillow, she'll dream of her future husband. I want to know why it's always said of the single girls, though, and not the single guys. You're watching The Express, and we've got more fun options for daydreaming up next. Up, down,
Up next on The Express, burlesque moves you can do at home from iDance.
So that's the central galaxy we're looking at.
Right.
And
The Galaxy Zoo at the H.R. McMillan Space Center.
there's lots of different types of galaxies, right?
The Express, this is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
The word spreads around and round, so we gon' catapult into your town. Hold down, we about to take the rhythm up and away, and leave the critics up with nothing to say. The word spreads around and round, so we gon' catapult into your town. Hold down, we about to take the rhythm up and away, and leave the critics up with nothing to say.
Yo, we're flossing out electricity, the rock and rickety balance. How long they bristle like a chicken and salad. You ain't think that we.
Some say the Children's Wish Foundation started with this locket, a wish from a hospitalized girl for something special her mother could remember her by. And 25 years and 15,000 wishes later, we make sure the magic and excitement includes the entire family. And we celebrate the successes and hope that wishes can bring. Thank you from the Children's Wish Foundation of Canada and this station.
Welcome back to The Express at iDance Studios in Langley. So you guys have a burlesque workshop coming up, and you're going to teach me some moves?
Yes, we do have a workshop coming up. It's actually from Burlesque the Movie, and today we'll just try a couple of burlesque moves to get us warmed up.
I guess first thing, it's all attitude, right? I have to stand a little more Christina Aguilera.
It's all very sexy, yes.
Okay, show me something.
All right, so we're going to do 4 walks forward, and as we're walking, we're going to use the arms, and we're going to run our fingers through our hair on 1. 1, 2, 3, flick 4, and hip, 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 drop, up, 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 up. Yes! Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
From here, we'll step out. We'll do hip, 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 drop, and we'll just fling the hair up. It's all about the hair.
Fling the hair up?
Fling the hair up. Lead with the top of the head. 3, 4. It's like, hey. 5, 6, 7, and up, down, cross, flick, hip, 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 drop, up. Yes!
I think think I need to keep practicing the hair toss there so I can come to Burlesque the Movie, the dance workshop here at the iDance studio in Langley. It happens on January 29th from 3 to 4:30, and you can find out more information at their website. And now in the Express, we go from the dance studio to the Galaxy Zoo, or at least to talk about it at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center.
Artifact. A spiral galaxy. What type? Let's see.
Hey, Raminder, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm counting spoons. You?
Galaxy Zoo.
Ooh, that sounds way more interesting. What does Galaxy Zoo mean?
So basically, it's an online system that astronomers have set up where we, general members of the public, can go and actually help out with a major research project.
I can help out with a major research project?
Yes, you can.
That sounds great! Now, does that mean that the viewers at home can also help out with a major research project?
Yes, they can.
So, explain how.
So you can go to the website, www.galaxyzoo.org. You can go through a training process, and then you can help astronomers do some real science by classifying galaxies. First thing they ask you is to classify what type of galaxy it looks. So that's the central galaxy we're looking at.
Right.
And to me, it looks like a smooth galaxy.
It does look very smooth, yes.
So we click on smooth. Then it asks us, how round is it? To me, it looks like a cigar.
It does look like a cigar, yeah.
So let's click on cigar.
And there's lots of different types of galaxies, right?
There's spiral galaxies, there's elliptical galaxies, and all sorts of other funny types of galaxies. But the neat thing about this project is that because they have over 60 million galaxies that they photographed, all digitally by a robotic telescope, and they send them back on the internet. Some of these pictures, you're the first person to ever lay eyes on them.
Really?
Yes, first human, of course.
Of course, yeah. So what do they hope to be able to do with all of this information? They'd be able to classify these 60 million images?
So the problem with this is that because there's 60 million images, you could set up a computer program. But computer programs are not that advanced that you can actually be able to classify these things. Our brain can look at this and classify them almost in an instant.
All right. So now all we have to do is every man, woman, and child in Canada has to just classify 2 of these images, and we're done, right?
Well, they want these images classified multiple times.
Oh, okay. To make up for people that maybe like me who see like an ice cream cone instead of a spiral galaxy.
Exactly.
Which can look just like an ice cream cone, just so you know. Now this is really interesting. Again, if people at home have any questions for probably for you, because for me, I don't know anything, you can tweet us at Ask an Astronomer and send us a question, and we'd be happy to answer it here on the air. For the Express at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center, I'm Cam Cronin.
I'm Raminder Samra.
And this Galaxy Zoo is great, and you don't have to worry about feeding the animals.
If you'd like to win a family pass to the H.R. MacMillan Space Center, be the first correct emailer now. Express contest at shaw.ca to tell us why scientists don't use computers to classify all those millions of galaxies. And good luck to you. And for more on what's happening around the Lower Mainland, we've got your Express Spotlight. You can check out one of Vancouver's signature events. The Push Festival expands the horizons of Vancouver artists and audiences with performing artwork that's visionary, genre-bending, and stimulating. Vancouver Theatre Sports League puts on an improvised Broadway-style musical every Wednesday on Granville Island. Hear heart-rendering ballads, rock anthems, show-stopping choruses, and plenty of laughter. With a minimum donation, you can cut and style your hair while supporting the Wigs for Kids of BC. Wigs for Kids raises desperately needed funding for children requiring hair pieces during treatment for cancer and other serious illnesses. And if you want to get your dance on, they offer all kinds of classes here at iDance in Langley and at the studio in Vancouver. Now that's it for today's Express. We're going to leave you with the latest exhibit from the Gastown Inuit Gallery, and we'll see you next time.